Hello students, welcome you all to the next class of physics. In this class we are going to study about helical path of a moving charge in a magnetic field, which is continuation to the previous two topics. So in previous topics we saw path of a charged particle in a magnetic field. So in first case we studied about if a moving charge moves parallelly or anti-parallelly, then the path will be straight line, right? So that is the first point, first case which we studied. By using the magnetic force formula, we have Fm equal to q v cross b, right? So further we can write qvb sin theta. If a charged particle move parallelly or anti-parallelly with a magnetic field, then it experience no force, right? If it is moved parallelly or the charged particle move anti-parallelly, so here we have theta equal to 0 degree, here we have theta equal to 180 degree, then our answer will become 0. Fm equal to qvb sin 0 or 180. So our answer will be 0. So this is the first case which we already studied. Okay. So here the path will be straight line. Trajectory of the charged particle will be straight line when it is at 0 degree or 180 degree. Okay. So the magnetic force experienced by the charged particle will be 0. So it moves in a straight line. This is the first case which we studied. In second case, if the charged particle move perpendicularly inside the magnetic field, it moves perpendicularly, then what will happen? Centripetal force acts in a charged particle, right? Centripetal force. So it will make a circular motion. The centripetal force pull the charged particle and makes it rotate about a center. So it will make a circular motion when charged particle move perpendicularly to the magnetic field. This is the second case. So here we have Fm equal to q of v cross b, Fm equal to qvb sin 90, Fm equal to qvb. This is case 2. Okay. So here the path is circular motion, right? So for the circular motion, we found the value of radius of the charged particle. So we have circular motion, then the circle must have some radius. So what is the formula for radius? R equal to mv by qb. Okay, mass of charged particle and its velocity divided by charge value and magnetic field. So R equal to mv by qb. Then time period for one complete circle, that formula will be T equal to 2 pi m by bq, right? Then we studied about frequency equal to 1 by time period, qb by 2 pm, 2 pi m. Then angular frequency omega equal to 2 pi f. So omega equal to qb by m, right? Then we studied various equations for radius. So radius have totally 3 equations. R equal to mv by qb, R equal to root 2 mk divided by qb, R equal to root 2 mb divided by qb square. So these are the 3 equations for radius. Then we discussed some problems which compare radius, right? Then we move to the next topic, that is time spent in magnetic field. So the formula will be T equal to m by qb pi minus 2 theta. Okay, so this is all about we studied in previous class. Okay, so here we study helical path of a moving charge in a magnetic field. So already we studied circular path and straight path. Here helical path. Okay, so in this condition, we have uniform magnetic field. So with the charged particle, this is third condition. When charged particle inclined at an angle theta, inclined at an when a charged particle move with inclined at an angle theta with magnetic field. So this is the third case. So here we have uniform magnetic field. Okay. So our charged particle moving with certain angle theta. So this is the velocity of charged particle. It creates an angle theta with the horizontal line. Clear? Here we have magnetic field. Okay, moving from left to right hand side. So our charged particle enter into this region with an angle theta, not a straight line, not perpendicular, not parallel or anti-parallel, not perpendicular. So in parallel we have angle 0 degree, anti-parallel we have 180 degree. If it is perpendicular we have 90 degree. So neither parallel nor perpendicular, it inclined with an angle theta. For example, 60 degree, 50 degree, 45, whatever it is. Okay. So whenever a component creates an angle theta with a horizontal line, then we used to solve it by resolving components. So by resolving components, we got two components. First one is horizontal to the moving charge. Okay, so this is horizontal component or parallel component. We take it as V parallel equal to V cos theta. So we usually take a parallel component as V cos theta, right? Then we have another component, perpendicular component. So we take it as V sin theta. Okay, perpendicular component will be V sin theta. Clear? So if our velocity perpendicular to the magnetic field, then we get circular motion. Right? If our velocity parallel or anti-parallel to the magnetic field, then we get straight path. So if our velocity moving with an angle, then what will happen? So listen, by using right hand palm rule, we should find the moment of the charged particle. Okay, if this is the magnetic field, my four fingers is in the direction of magnetic field. If I take this perpendicular component, then we know my thumb finger in the direction of perpendicular moving charge V. Okay, so then what will happen? My palm goes inside. So inside means it forms circle on this plane. Where it forms a circle on YZ plane. If you take this is Z axis, this is Y, then it forms a circle on YZ plane. Just imagine. Okay, so if it is moving in this direction, it don't get affected, it moves in a straight line. By combining these two motion, we get helical motion. Okay, the resultant motion will be addition of these two motion. Okay, because we have two components. So our charged particle should have value in both axes. It should have value in y-axis as well as it should have value in x-axis. Okay, so just imagine if a charged particle only move with the parallel component. If I take only parallel component, then I don't get value in y-axis, right? Because it moves in x-axis only. Or if I take only perpendicular component, then it moves in y-axis only. I don't get value in x-axis. So if you add these two, then I get motion like this. So the motion will be helical motion. Okay, so the motion will be like this. So here I have y-axis movement, right, and here I have x-axis movement. So this is my resultant motion of the charged particle. Clear? So for parallel component, my charge is moving in x-axis, straight line. For perpendicular component, it forms a circle, it moves in y-axis. Okay, so for this helix we have some center, so it forms a circular shape like with this center. Okay, so I will show you one animation video based on this, then you will have better understand. Okay, so just imagine, so this is my y-axis, my y-axis is going like this. Okay, this is my x-axis. So by using right hand palm rule, this is my z-axis. Okay, this is my z-axis. So it will form a circle like this. Okay, it will form a circle like this. I will show you one video, one animation video, then you can easily understand. Okay, so the net motion will be here helical motion. So if we create an angle with b, okay, we create an angle with b, then the motion will be helical motion. Okay, so here we also have radius equation. So what is radius equation? Simply use the formula. Our magnetic force will be equal to centripetal force, right? Then only the charged particle move move circular path for this perpendicular component. So our magnetic force will be equal to centripetal force. The formula for magnetic force is QVB sin theta equal to mv square by r, formula for centripetal force. Okay, so here what is v? V is nothing but perpendicular component. Why we take perpendicular component? Why not parallel component? In parallel component, it moves a straight path. Okay, so in perpendicular component only we have circular motion, right? So whenever charged particle move perpendicularly with the magnetic field, then only we get circular motion. So we only consider perpendicular component here, because for perpendicular only we get circular motion. If it is circle, then only I have radius, then only I have centripetal force. If it is moves in a straight line, then it does not create centripetal force. So centripetal force comes to play when a charged particle move perpendicularly, which means the charged particle attains a circular motion. Okay, so here instead of v, I take perpendicular component, that is v sin theta. Okay, so if I take v sin theta here, then I have qvb sin theta equal to m by r v square. So v square sin square theta, right? V square sin square theta. So here 1v get cancelled, 1 sin theta get cancelled. Balance I have qb equal to mv sin theta divided by r. So r equal to mv sin theta divided by qb. This is my new radius equation if a charged particle move with an angle in a magnetic field. In previous case we simply study mv by qb, but here we study mv sin theta by qb. Because we have two components, we neglect the parallel components because it moves in a straight line. We take only perpendicular component. For perpendicular component we don't have v, but we have v sin theta. Okay, our perpendicular component. Clear? So this is the equation for radius. Then what is the equation for time period? T equal to same one, 2 pi m by vq. Time period won't change. Okay, for one complete revolution we have t equal to 2 pi m by vq. Clear? In horizontal motion we have V parallel equal to V cos theta. It moves with a constant value. V parallel equal to V cos theta. It moves with a constant value, okay, because it is parallel component. So parallel component experience no force, zero magnetic force. If there is no force, then it will move constant velocity, okay, until we give some external force, an object continues to be in its constant motion according to Newton's first law. Okay, so it moves with a constant velocity. So this velocity is constant. Okay, so because of the path is helical motion, we have one concept, extra concept, that is pitch. So pitch means horizontal distance covered in time period. Horizontal distance covered, that is pitch. For example, here we take pitch is the distance between one circle to another circle. Okay, this is our pitch. Or we can take distance between one crest, one peak to another peak. This is pitch. Okay, so this is our pitch value, right? So this value will be equal to horizontal distance covered into time, which means V parallel, okay, horizontal component, horizontal distance into time. So what is V parallel? V parallel is nothing but V cos theta, right? What is time equation? 2 pi m by bq. So 2 pi m by bq. This is the equation for pitch. Clear? So you watch that video, then you can understand it easily. Okay. Here the charged particle move with an angle theta in a magnetic field. Magnetic field is in the x direction, that green color. Okay. So that is green color is parallel component and red color is perpendicular component. We have two components. So by using right hand palm rule, our forefinger is in the direction of x axis and thumb finger is in the direction of y axis. So here our magnetic field produced in YZ plane, Z axis. So because of that force, here magnetic force is created in Z axis. Okay, use your right hand palm rule. So because of the force, I have magnetic field which is inside your node. Okay, that circle forms inside your node. So this circular motion created because of perpendicular component V sin theta. Okay, so because of V sin theta, we have circular motion due to the centripetal force. Clear? So this is how magnetic field is produced inside your node. So next time you can imagine with this. Okay, so our perpendicular y axis, parallel x axis, and our z axis is inside the node, which forms a circular motion. So this is due to the parallel component. Because of parallel component, my charge get undisturbed, so it will move in a straight path. Okay, whenever it is parallel, it experiences no force. So by combining these two motion, this straight motion as well as circular motion, by combining these two motion, we get helical path. Okay, the resultant path will be helical. Clear? So this is how charge move with an angle theta in a helical path. So the center of the circle will be the center of the helical. Okay, so next time you can imagine with this, that a red color circle that is in our YZ plane inside our node by using right hand palm rule. We just use right hand palm rule. One common misconception is there. The center of the circle, so the origin is the center of the circle. But if you see here, that is not the center of the circle, right? If you see this diagram, which one is center of the circle? Center of the helix? The center of the circle which lies in YZ plane is the center of the helix, right? It's not the origin, if you see here. So our graph will be like this. Okay, you leave it. We won't draw any graph. But in this video, it is given the graph in IIT video. So here we have two plane. Okay, you just leave this. I took this video in IIT Madras. So they provide these kinds of videos, animation videos, for better understanding. So this is our YZ plane. Next time you can imagine it easily. YZ plane. So it will form helical motion. And the center of the helix is in the center of the circle, right? So this is our one complete rotation. For one complete rotation, we have T equal to 2 pi m by b cube, right? This is our one complete rotation. So this is our radius equation. Radius only formed by perpendicular component. So mv perpendicular divided by qb. And pitch of the helix, you see here. So this is our pitch between two crest or two trough. This is our pitch. Okay. So instead of perpendicular component, we take mv theta by qb. Pitch means distance traveled in the direction of field in one time period of circular motion. Okay, so for one complete time period, yeah, this is the distance, this is pitch. Okay, for one complete time period. So pitch equal to parallel component into time period, right? We study this formula. Parallel component is v cos theta, time period is 2 pi m by b cube. So time period does not depend on v. I said it in last class. Time period never depends on v. So v cos 2 pi m v cos theta divided by qb. This is our final equation for pitch. So you watch this full video, and this is not necessary. We don't have this topic P by R. Anyway, you watch it. Hope you understand how magnetic field is created in Z axis. I hope now you understood clearly how a charged particle made a circular motion in Z axis. Okay. As well as you understand about pitch. What is meant by pitch. Okay. So you keep that picture in your mind always. Okay. That is very much useful for your imagination. Whenever we study about charged particle move perpendicularly, then it will create a circular motion. That circular motion forms in positive Z axis, which just now you saw it in that video. Clear? So we solve some numericals based on this concept. So the first one, it is given that in a uniform magnetic field, we have uniform magnetic field. Our charged particle create an angle of 30 degree with the magnetic field. Okay, it create an angle 30 degree. It moves with a speed of the velocity of magnetic charged particle. So it moves with a speed of v equal to 2 into 10 power 3 meter per second. Okay, then the magnetic field value, here we have magnetic field, horizontal magnetic field. The magnetic field value will be equal to 1 Tesla. The magnitude of magnetic field 1 Tesla. Okay, so we have to find the radius value, time period and pitch value. So it is given the charge value will be equal to 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 coulomb, and the mass value will be equal to 9.1 into 10 power minus 31 kilogram. Okay, so we have to find radius. So when we will get radius, when charged particle move perpendicularly. So here we have two components, horizontal component, perpendicular component. So we always consider perpendicular, then only we get radius. So radius for perpendicular component. And time period, when we will get time period for one complete revolution. Okay, so again we get for perpendicular period. So we get time period for perpendicular rotation. Then pitch means parallel distance covered in time. Okay, so first write the R value. R equal to, usually we study mv by qb, but here we study mv by qb sin theta, because our v is not v, our v is v sin theta. Since it creates two components, our perpendicular component is taken as v sin theta. Okay, parallel component v parallel equal to v cos theta. Clear? So m 9.1 into 10 power minus 31, and velocity it is given 2 into 10 power 3. Sin theta, sin 30 degree. So find the value of sin 30 degree. And q 1.6 into 10 power minus 9. Magnetic field value 1 Tesla. Okay, you solve it and post the answer in group. Then only I will put your attendance present. Okay, so you solve this equation. Very simple, right? Most of you did not solve the numerical problems. I don't know why. 50% questions will be your numerical problems. Okay, so there are two steps, two tricks to get good mark in physics. The first one is you have to study consistently. Okay, daily you have to study physics. Next one is you have to solve as much as problem possible. You have to solve more problems. I give you just only 4 or 5 problems in each topic. But if you search in Google or if you see my CBSE guide, you will get hundreds of problems. You have to solve all the problems. When you know how to solve the problems, it means you understood the concept. Without understood the concept, you cannot be able to solve the problem. If you can't be able to solve these kinds of simple problem, okay, you never solve the difficult problem, complicated problems. Okay, so these are very simple. If you solve this, then it will be very much practice for you to solve it very quickly. All the multiplication and division. Okay, so always remember these two tricks to get good marks. So without you study consistently, you only take your physics weekly once, you never able to get good mark. Kindly keep it in your mind. Okay, so this year first mark in physics is just 52 out of 70. Very low marks, 52 out of 70. So decide yourself, you should have some ambition how much mark you will get in your physics exam, physics board exam. Okay, so for that you have to study regularly. Each day you have to spend at least 2 hours for physics each day. Okay, don't say what we have to study, sir. You only completed 3 chapter, 4 chapter. We studied everything. We don't have anything to study. Don't say like that. We have hundreds of questions, thousands of questions in Google. You search numerical problems based on electric field. You will get a lot of questions. You go to my CBSE guide. You have NCERT example, solved problems, my CBSE important questions. Okay, 3 marks problem, 5 marks problem. You just take it and solve it yourself. Try to solve all the questions day by day. Okay, so then only you will get good mark in physics. Clear? You have to solve as much as problem which you studied in theory. Okay, how much you study theory, that much you have to solve problems. So give equal importance to the problems as well as theory, 50-50%. Clear? So solve this equation, post the answer in group. Very simple. Next, time period. What's the equation for time period? T equal to 2 pi m by BQ. Substitute all the value. We know mass value, magnetic field value, charge value. Substitute all the value, then you will get time period answer. Okay, then pitch. So pitch equal to V cos theta or V cos 30 degree, okay, into time period 2 pi m by BQ. So find what is the value of cos 30 degree, and we have velocity 2 into 10 per 3 meter per second, and here we already find the time period value. So multiply it with the time period value, then you will get the pitch. Okay, clear? So the pitch value will be in meter, time period in seconds, and radius in meter, SI unit. Okay, so move on to the next problem. Next problem says that a charged particle is moving with Next problem, it says that a charged particle moving with velocity v equal to v1 I cap vector plus v2 j cap vector. So here we have two axes. We take I cap vector in x axis, we consider j vector in y axis, right? If it is k, then it means z axis. In a magnetic field B equal to B naught I, find trajectory. Trajectory means path of charged particle, and R perpendicular, radius, time, pitch. Okay, so first we have to draw magnetic field. How to draw magnetic field? What is the direction of magnetic field? Since it is given B naught I cap vector, which means our charged particle move in x axis. Sorry, our magnetic field is in x axis. Okay, so we have magnetic field in x axis. Okay, so in this magnetic field, how may charged particle move? That is another question. What's the value of this magnetic field? B naught. Okay, so our magnitude will be B naught. So in this magnetic field, how our charged particle move? See, velocity is given, but velocity is given in two axes, I as well as j. So I have two components which is already given. Okay, so I have perpendicular component j, right? Then parallel component I. Clear? So here I have V parallel as V1. Okay, in x axis we have V1I. Then in y axis we have perpendicular component as V2J. So in y axis we have V2. Clear? So what will be the resultant motion? As I said already, sum of these two motion. So it should move in perpendicularly as well as it should move in parallelly. It covers some distance in y axis, also it covers some distance in x axis. So how the charged particle will move? The charged particle will move in, this is our resultant motion. So it moves like this. Clear? So it forms a helical motion. Clear? So our answer for trajectory is helical motion. Then what's R perpendicular? R perpendicular equal to mv sin theta divided by qb. So no magnitude is given, right? So here we take mv as v perpendicular. So what is my perpendicular component? That is v2, which is given in the problem. My perpendicular component is v2. So instead of v, I can write R perpendicular equal to mv2 sin theta divided by q. What's the value of magnetic field which is given in problem? B naught. So q B naught. This is my radius value. Then time period t equal to 2 pi m by B naught q. My magnetic field value is B naught. Then pitch is nothing but velocity into time period. So pitch equal to parallel component. We always take parallel component. So what is parallel component? V1. Okay, our parallel component is V1. So I can take V1 velocity into time period 2 pi m by B naught q. Clear? Very simple problem. So move on to the next problem. This third problem very similar to the previous problem. Here charged particle moving with velocity v equal to 3i plus 4j. Here the magnitude value is given 3, 4. Okay, in a magnetic field b equal to 3j. Find trajectory, R perpendicular, T perpendicular, and pitch. So first we have to draw magnetic field. What's the direction of magnetic field? The magnetic field is moving with 3j, which means the magnitude of magnetic field is 3 and the direction is positive y axis. Okay, it is given in j. In previous problem it is given I means x axis, positive x axis. Here it is given j. So j means the magnetic field move in positive y axis, right? So first we have to draw magnetic field. Magnetic field move in positive y-axis. Okay, so this is the direction of magnetic field. What is the value? 3, or we can write 3 Tesla. Okay, so our charged particle move with a velocity of 3I plus 4J. Here which one is our perpendicular component? We have 3I plus 4J. We have two components, right? In x-axis and y-axis. Which one is perpendicular and which one is parallel? So here magnetic field is moving in positive y-axis, right? So if a charged particle move in positive y-axis, that is parallel to the magnetic field, right? Just imagine. Here we have two components, x-axis, y-axis. If I take x-axis component, then it will move like this. X-axis component. So this is parallel or perpendicular. Definitely perpendicular to the magnetic field. It creates an angle of 90 degree with the magnetic field. So the velocity here is perpendicular to the magnetic field. So this is my perpendicular component. Okay. So it is perpendicular component. What is parallel component? Along the direction of magnetic field, we have 4J. 4J means y-axis. So this component is taken as parallel component. The value will be 4J or 4 meter per second. Clear? So first you have to draw the direction of magnetic field. Then you have to find the direction of velocity. Okay. So what will be the trajectory here? What will be the trajectory? We have, since we have two components, we have resultant component, right? We have resultant component. So how my charged particle will move? It moves in a helical motion, but the helical motion is in YZ plane. So the charged particle move like this. Okay, so it moves in upwards. It forms a helical motion like this. It moves in upwards. Clear? Okay. By using right hand palm rule, my forefinger is in the direction of magnetic field. Okay, charge is moving in this direction. So charge is moving in this direction. Then what is the direction of force? Direction of force is in upwards. So the charge move like this. Okay, it will move like this. From bottom to upwards, it will move like this and forms a helical path. Okay, so it will move like this by using right hand palm rule. Okay, so magnetic field, charge moving direction, and this is the direction of magnetic force upwards. Clear? So move to the next problem. Sorry, here we have to find R value. R equal to mv perpendicular component divided by qb. So take m is 9.1 into 10 power minus 31 kilogram and q is 1.6 into 10 power minus 19. Okay, magnetic field is given as 3 Tesla. What is our perpendicular component? Perpendicular component is 3. Okay, so perpendicular component is 3 divided by 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 into b value 3 Tesla. So this is my radius and time period t equal to 2 pi m by bq. What is b here? 3 Tesla. We know m value, q value. Okay, so here the trajectory is helical. Okay, pitch p equal to horizontal component with time period. Sorry, here pitch means parallel component with time period. Parallel component with time period. What is our parallel component here? This is my parallel component, not this one. This is perpendicular component. So parallel component is 4. So I have 4 into, here we found a time value. Multiple that value here. Okay, post the answer in group. Then last problem. The above problem, magnetic field is 3K. So this is my question. In the above problem, magnetic field is 3K and the rest of the values are same. Okay. So 3K means my magnetic field is moving in Z axis. Clear? So I take upwards Y axis, horizontal X axis, inside Z axis. Just now you saw that video, right? So here we have Y axis in upwards, X axis here, and Z in inside the plane. So inside the plane we have magnetic field as cross field. Right? So in cross field, whatever the direction may be, the direction always perpendicular. Right? So in cross field, we have a charged particle which have 3I. So here Z axis perpendicular to X axis, right? Because all the three axes are mutually perpendicular with each other. So if I take my magnetic field is 3I from the previous problem. See 3I, here we have 3I. Okay, so in X axis I have 3. My velocity is 3. In Y axis my velocity is 4. Okay, so here X axis perpendicular to Z axis as well as Y axis perpendicular to Z axis. So if you take whatever component may be, that the component is perpendicular to the magnetic field. Okay, so if you take X component or if you take Y component, both the components are perpendicular to the magnetic field which is in Z component. Right? So if it is perpendicular, then what will be the motion? We studied in first condition, whenever charged particle move perpendicularly with the magnetic field, it creates an circular motion. Right? Here the trajectory is circular. Clear? I hope you understand the concept. Okay. So what will be the net velocity? If it is circular, then what will be the net velocity? Here we take velocity as 4 square plus 3 square. So here velocity will be equal to 5 meter per second. Here we have 16 plus 9, 25. So root 25 will be equal to 5. This is my velocity value. Clear? In previous condition, we will only take perpendicular value. See here. In previous condition, it only forms a circular motion in perpendicular, linear motion in parallel. Okay. So for perpendicular, we take 3I. In previous case, only take perpendicular value. But here both are perpendicular. Both value are perpendicular. So we have to find the net velocity. Net velocity will be 5 meter per second. Now substitute all the formula. Okay. R equal to M V by QB. We know the M value. Substitute M value and V is 5 by QB. B is 3. Okay. So substitute all the value and find R, T, pitch. Clear? So post the answer in group.